Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Eatin' Lunch. I'm Dilly.
And I'm Mark. And today we're asking the question, if you could only choose 5 chips for the rest of your life to eat, which chips would you choose?
It's a bigger question than what you might think.
Let's get into it.
Eat lunch on Tuesday, Mark and Dilly. Eat lunch.
Hey guys, we're Mark and Dilly. Every week we are eating chips. We're telling you our top 5 favorite chips today. So stay tuned to find that out. But I'm just asking you, could you hit the subscribe button? Maybe smash the like button. Give us a little bit of love. We would very much appreciate it. It would make our days.
It would make our days.
We were inspired for this video because last week we did a You Laugh, You Lose, and there was a young boy who had a plate.
So yeah, we're making this in his honor.
Boom. Look at that.
This is for you, sir.
What chips do we have here today? We got a few. We got Miss Vicky's, Ruffles, Doritos, and Chester's.
Chester's. This is literally the first time I've ever had a Chester's.
Yeah, they're corn twists.
And I love it. This is dangerous.
They're almost like nothing.
But they're like buttered popcorn, except there's no kernels to deal with.
Yeah, and they just melt in your mouth.
Yeah.
It's quite the experience. If you haven't had Chester's, I recommend them. Let's get right into it. Okay, I had a really tough time with this list. How about you?
I had a little bit of a tough time, but there's a common theme really in my chip list, so.
Because we're not going for just brand here.
No.
We're going for specific chip.
Uh-huh.
Not even just flavor, brand and flavor,
Yeah.
specific chip. The idea of you can only have 5 chips for the rest of your life is different than
Top 5 chips.
top 5 chips. Because there's some utility chips out there.
So, my number 5 chip that I don't think I can live without are the jalapeno Tostitos.
Jalapeno Tostitos?
Yeah.
What a weird one. Why? Why? I don't get that at all. We've never had those in our house in our entire lives.
Yes, but I had them at my parents' place and they're delicious. And I think if I'm gonna have to, you need a Tostitos on your list.
Okay.
If I'm gonna have a Tostitos on my list, I don't want it to be a regular Tostito. I want it to be flavored. I don't like the lime one, but that jalapeno Tostito, I could eat plain or I could eat in nachos, and that is why it's my number 5.
So I have no Tostitos on my list. Instead of a Tostito, I have a Dorito in there.
Oh,
I think a Dorito can take a Tostitos place anywhere, basically. Yeah. You can have a Dorito nacho, and it's good.
Yeah.
It's maybe better. My number 5 is Munchies.
Oh, that's good.
This is a big brain, 5-head move. I went Munchies because I was thinking I love nacho Doritos.
Yeah.
I love Sun Chips. I had those 2 in my list, and then I thought, you know what? Those are both in Munchies. And I actually just added like 4 chips into my life. So I get 9 chips. So that is my number 5, Munchies.
Wow. Well, my number 4 is Doritos Original.
A great play. Doritos, it's actually nacho cheese Doritos.
Nacho cheese.
Not Doritos Original.
Huh.
Please use the correct name.
Doritos Nacho Cheese is my number 4. I can't live without them.
Typically, for Doritos, you would say the flavor first, and then the brand.
Okay. Nacho Cheese Doritos.
There you go.
Number 4.
I also have it on my top 5. It's just in the Munchies.
Right.
I got it sitting in the Munchies. I went with a salt and vinegar.
Yeah.
I think you have to have a salt and vinegar on any list.
Yeah.
Unless you hate salt and vinegar.
And it's like, what's wrong with you?
But the question is, which salt and vinegar? I think Dylan is going to pick a different salt and vinegar than me. I went for the Lay's salt and vinegar.
Okay.
I think the Lay's salt and vinegar is the most classic salt and vinegar taste. I considered going for the Miss Vicky's salt and vinegar because it's also very good. but decided to go against that.
My number 3, you aren't gonna know this chip. It is called TGIF, that's the brand, jalapeno chips. They are the hottest jalapeno chips I've ever eaten, and I would go through a bag maybe a day when we would go down to Florida. They were my favorite chips. You have one, you cannot stop. Your sinuses are dripping, you got a cold, you go snack on a bag of these TGIF jalapeno chips.
Okay.
That I think about
I
quite
am
a bit.
excited to try them someday.
Yeah, you're gonna love them.
Okay, so my number 3, part of the reason why I didn't go for the Miss Vicky salt and vinegar is because I went for another jalapeno chip, the Miss Vicky jalapeno.
Nice.
Gotta have a Miss Vicky on the list.
Yeah.
I think this one is good, the sweet chili sour cream. I think most people would say their classic's the salt and vinegar, or the original.
Oh yeah.
But for me, love the jalapeno.
Jalapeno. That brings us to number 2. Mark's already brought up a salt and vinegar chip once. I'm about to bring it back. I love salt and vinegar chips. However, I especially love one brand. That brand's not Lay's, it's not Miss Vicky's, it's No Name. My number 2 is salt and vinegar No Name chips. They are fantastic. The only bad thing is the bag sucks.
Yep, we started buying these no-name salt and vinegars. I thought we had figured out a life hack that no-name chips were unbelievable.
Yeah.
We tried some other flavors. I don't think they really did it for us.
No.
But the salt and vinegars were good enough
To keep buying.
to keep buying.
Yeah.
But Dylan's right. The bag is flimsy.
It's flimsy.
Flimsy bag. You open this, you gotta like cut this thing to
Yeah.
open it. Otherwise,
You're eating the whole bag.
it's ripping all apart. It's not lasting. My number 2, I put a barbecue on the list, and it's not a barbecue that most people I even think really know about. This is my number 2 chip. I think this chip is so underappreciated.
I think I know where you're going with this.
I think a lot of people have never even tried it. It's such an underappreciated chip. I almost put this chip as my number 1 chip. If you haven't tried it, you gotta try it. My number 2 chip is Bold Barbecue Doritos. This is the bag, the purple bag. They are so good. They're so good.
That's not where I thought he was going with this. I am shocked. But I like that.
Where did you think I was going?
Barbecue Fritos.
My family loves barbecue Fritos, so if they watch this, they'll probably be thinking barbecue Fritos is a play, but Bold Barbecue Doritos, oh,
Really good.
so good.
Yeah. Wow.
This leads us to our number 1, and I think it's gonna be the same.
I don't think so.
I think it's a clear winner, everyone knows it. I think we as people could all say it, as Canadians, we could all say it at once, and I think we all know what the number 1 is. Let's say it on 3, because it's gonna be the same. 3, 2, 1.
Miss
Ruffles
Vicky,
all
sweet
dressed.
chili and sour cream.
What? Ruffles all dressed.
I thought about it.
It's not even on your list?
No.
That's shocking.
I always forget.
Why, if you only have 1 chip for the rest of your life, might as well get the one that's all dressed. It's got all the toppings.
You really thought about this. I want a kettle chip. I want a chip cooked in a kettle. I love how crunchy and hard these suckers are. I love the flavor. I could eat this every single day.
I have
And
a
nothing
kettle
else.
chip on my list at number 3.
Yeah.
Why are you putting a kettle chip number 1? You barely ever get those. So French onion sun chips, I was gonna have very high up on my list.
Yeah.
Maybe 3,
Yeah.
and then I realized I can just get, I like French onion, I like harvest cheddar. They're both good. I can just get my sun chips in the munchies,
Yeah.
and then I don't need to put it on the list. And that opens me up to getting a jalapeno Miss Vicky in there.
You know, you played this top 5 very well.
So I got a Lay's, I got a kettle, I got a Dorito, and I got a Ruffle. And then I got munchies. What a play.
That was such a play.
If you think you can make a better top 5, the only chips you can have for the rest of your days list,
Comment below.
comment it below. I don't think any of you can beat my list. I think my list is
You have a top tier list.
the supreme list and can't be beat.
I made my list with my heart, not my brain.
I think your list is a little weak, to be honest. I think you're gonna be sitting around hoping for a ruffle one day. You have no ruffles. Someone brings out hell of a good dip, and what are you gonna dip in there?
Well, if hell of a good
You're not gonna put a kettle chip in there? What are you gonna dip in a hell of a good dip? You can't have hell of a good dip for the rest of your life.
That sucks. Probably a Dorito.
Anyways, now that we've had our fun, let's have a bit more fun. I think it's time for Dilly's Joke of the Week.
Yes! Come on over. What did the sun-tanning potato say to the chip?
I'm not sure.
Hey, get out my sun, Chip.
Really?
Yeah.
That's not a bad joke.
Thank you. I came up with that all by myself. What did the grandpa potato say to the grandson potato?
What?
You're a chip off the old block.
Love it.
What do you call a peeled potato?
What?
A Chippendale.
What? Should we make it?
Yeah.
Okay. And this has been Dilly's Joke of the Week.
So I think this week we learned that it's really easy to make chip puns. Chip jokes.
Chippins. Well, I think it's time to get into those comments.
Let's see what you wrote.
Last week, what did we do last week?
We did the laugh you lose.
All right. First up, we got the Bleeding Hearts Club. They said, great episode, more puns.
Oh, you got it. I listened to that comment.
This comment inspired you.
Yeah,
Talk
100%.
about the inspiration you got from this comment.
He said more puns, and I delivered more puns.
This is from Multi-Cracker Jacker. Okay, that was hilarious. And when this COVID crap is over, I nominate Graham to be a guest and tell a couple of jokes. I think Graham has a lot of talent and he could come and do a lot of things. He's got a beautiful voice.
Absolutely.
He could host a little Mark and Dilly game show. He could do a bunch of stuff. So maybe when this is all over, we'll get Graham to come over and be in a video, and that'll be great.
Yeah.
Then we got a comment from John B.
Good. I haven't seen his name in a while.
It's great to see you back here, John. I honestly thought Dilly's number would be higher for laughs.
I did too.
I think she cut a couple of them out because she was laughing quite a bit, but she also had a headache that day and wasn't really in a laughing mood. I think we got to do this laughy loop again.
Yeah.
I'll try to get her in when she's in her little giggly mood, and it could be 15 minutes of laughs. And John also says, I'm all for whatever content you make.
Thanks.
He's got trust in us, and he loves our content. That's great to hear.
Yeah.
Love the reassurance, John.
We need that sometimes.
Anyways, thank you guys for tuning in. If you're like me, you're excited for golf courses to open up so you can get back to chipping.
You know what they say. Chip and run. Bye!
Bump and run.
Oh, really? I thought I was on to something there.
No one said chip and run. Maybe in Glasgow. Those Brits. See you guys. I do this part. Bye.
Eat lunch on Tuesday, Mark and Dilly. Eat lunch.